going on, guys? So today I just want to make a video expressing my thoughts and my feelings about the state of the game called Valorant. Now, obviously, there's a myriad myriad of videos that go upon this very, very broad topic. Okay, now it is no real joke that Valorant has been incredibly stale. If you just literally search up "is Valorant dead?" There's like 500 million videos about this topic. This is not a new idea, really, but I want to share my point of view and how Valorant is recently, how it's been for the past few years, and show really how my experience evolved slash devolved into me just like completely hating the game, really, and just not enjoying and not really having any fun with the game. So a brief history of my time with Valorant. So obviously the game came out 2020, I think. So that was quite a while ago now. 4 years. The game is 4 years old. Can you believe that, bro? Um, and for the first year, I was not super interested in Valorant. I think it was 2022 that I really started playing more competitive Valorant and started really grinding. Um, you can obviously see on my account, and I peaked pretty high, I would say. I peaked Immortal 3. I think I placed pretty high, somewhat high on the leaderboard. Obviously, not the best in the region, but clearly that's something to be a bit proud of, me personally. That's what I think. But um, I really grinded for about 3 acts maybe. So the first act that I seriously started playing the game, I got up to I think Diamond 3. I was very close to hitting Immortal. And then obviously the reset, the season after that, boom, hit Immortal. Next act after that, absolutely peaked my ass off. Hit I think it was Immortal 3, 240, 260-ish range RR. So that was pretty high. Um, and then after that, it was pretty much just me kind of cruising along because once you play at high elo one time, you realize, wow, this game is fucking boring as shit. The issue is the game just becomes super formulaic. It loses its spark, really. It's like that with a lot of other games as well. Like the game just becomes super formulaic. Everyone's playing fucking the same shit on the same maps. Everyone's playing the same fucking thing every time they touch the game. So then the game just becomes boring. You have to play. Oh, I have to play this champion. I Even though I used to play Phil, so I would have to play a lot of different characters. The game just felt so stale and boring because you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. And when you are at a higher level, like the skill expression that you have is not as big as compared to when you're climbing and you're like improving as a player. Is definitely gone at this point because you're already at the very high levels of the game. Basically everyone is a fucking aim demon. Everyone's already at such a high skill level that you just kind of like know what's gonna happen. I guess the skill expression is just obviously there is a bit still there, but it's just not as much as what really made the game exciting to grind and made the game like so fun when you're still starting off. It's just not that fun anymore, and it just loses its spark, and it's just not there anymore. And then after grinding, like the shit out of that one act where I was peaking really high, I realized like, wow, what was the point in doing all that? Because the um the game just has no incentive. Really, this breaks into my next topic, that the incentives to play Valorant. Where are they? There is no incentive to play this game. First off, grinding the game, for example, you get no cosmetics for free. Absolutely no free cosmetics because they are trying to maximize every single dollar out of you. For example, if you play League, you can get a lot of free cosmetics just by simply playing the game. There's a lot of people, for example, me, on my League account, I've only spent about $40 and I have almost 100 skins. In Valorant, you have to like, I've spent an equivalent of almost 100 and $120 maybe on Valorant, and I only have 3 skins, like 3 proper skins is what I'm talking about. Not like battle pass trash shit. That doesn't even count. Those skins do not count at all. So now League, there's a much bigger incentive because you get basically real world money equivalent skins in game, and you get that. Oh, finally, something. There is a little bit of incentive to play. In Valorant, there's absolutely nothing. You only get a gun buddy. I I don't understand how you could play Valorant for multiple acts and seasons and fucking episodes. I don't know how you could play for so many episodes and not get sick and tired of the game. Now, here is another issue that I had with definitely. Okay, now I'm not saying I was the best player on the planet or anything, but there's definitely no incentive, especially in where I am, since oceanic region. There is absolutely no incentive to even try to go pro. You will get paid less than going and working at a McDonald's minimum wage job. I'm just saying. So most likely, if you are trying to be a professional player, you will definitely not only will you have to like basically play the game for 16 hours a day, you will also have to probably have a job on the side as well, and probably school. So obviously, there's no real incentive to sink your life's hours into becoming a Valorant professional, just to basically not do anything with it. That, not to mention already, in major league regions such as NA and um, I don't really know any other regions about on Valorant. Like let's say like most Southeast Asian, Korea, fucking China, all the regions that are big players in Valorant, Europe. Um, their chances, statistically speaking, the chances there are very small already. And then you add that onto the fact that Oceania has absolutely no funding, absolutely nothing. No one even knows what OCE, what esports here is in OCE really. And you have absolutely no incentive to continue playing the game at a high level in Oceania because the game gets super stale and boring. You have no monetary incentive. There's just simply no incentive for you to play the game. Now, the actual game content. This is probably one of the laziest content cycles that I've ever seen in my life for any um, live service game ever. Okay, now I think what Riot Games did is just literally look at Rainbow Six Siege's fucking content delivery system and just copy it word for word, bar for bar. Because oh my goodness gracious me, is Valorant so stale? There is maybe maximum 2 changes, maybe 3, 4 changes that you will genuinely feel the impact of playing the game in 2024 compared to 2020. There is nothing new. There is maybe you'll be a bit confused with the new maps. Okay, you just play the game a little, get used to them. Boom, game's exactly the same. There's very minor tweaks to a few agents. They gutted a lot of agents. Sure, that's fine. Um, they added a new gun. Very simple to understand gun. Okay, that's okay. Regen Shield, one of the most game-changing things in the game recently. Oh, what's that? Nobody uses it. It's very simple to understand. There you go. That is basically 4 years of Valorant summed up. The thing I hate the most, though, about, for example, you're grinding Valorant. Let's say you're playing every single act. New act drops. Wow, there's a new map. Maybe a new agent. Depends. They only do one of those. They either do one map or one agent. Not both at the same time. No, they can't do that. So, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. So, let's say you just played the hell out of that act. You fully finished your triangle. You feel so accomplished. Oh, what's that? You get a soft reset. Now you have to restart. It's okay. You basically started the same rank. So then now, what was the point of that reset? I have no idea. There's no point a lot of the time to the resets. You're playing the same lobbies, you're playing the same people, you're playing the same fucking maps. And then, okay, they add one new map. Boom. There is one new map in the map of 7. You have a 1 out of 7 chance each game to play that map. There is a very high probability that you will not even touch this map, meaning your experience as a whole in this new act is the exact same as it was in the last act that you just played potentially hundreds of hours on. So now you're starting to feel like, wow, this new update is worthless. Where there's no changes, the game feels the exact same. Maybe they did a few agent changes, fine. People are still playing the same agents. People are still playing the same metas on the same maps. There is no real change. Now, tell me, does that feel like a real update to you? Not really, because now you're playing the exact same match that you would have played the day before, before the update. There is no difference. Let's say you play Bind that day, you're playing Bind. The next day, after the act is released, same exact game. There is no difference. You will probably play the same smokes, play the same angles, play the same fucking utility. There is no changes. Now, tell me, does that seem fun for 4 fucking years? Okay. Now, bringing up the same argument with the new agents. There is currently 25 agents in the game. Now, okay, realistically speaking, there is 2 people on each team. I mean, 2 people in each game that will get to play that new agent. Two people playing one agent. Okay, so now you have 8 people in that game playing their agents that they have been playing for probably the past 4 years ish. In some cases, obviously, there's some champions. I mean, some agents that got released in the a bit later on. So maybe they've been playing them only for like 2-3 years. Who knows? Now the thing is, those 8 people are having the exact same experience they would have had last act. Once again, you are playing the same exact match. You're using the exact same utility. You're playing the same thing, the same everything. Okay. Now let's say you do encounter this new agent's abilities. Sure, you're gonna be confused. You're gonna feel like, wow, this agent is so cool. Probably, maybe they're super useless, or maybe they are so super OP. For example, Deadlock on release. Nobody played her because she is one of the most useless agents in the game. Now, on the other hand, Chamber, he was everywhere. No denying that. On release, he was one of the most broken motherfuckers in the game. No joke. He was definitely one of the most broken. On release, they had to nerf this motherfucker like 5-6 times or some shit. I don't even remember how many times this guy has been nerfed. Okay, and you still see him today. I don't know, man. Whatever. That's besides the point. But still, you're gonna encounter. You're gonna be like, oh, this champion is so useless. This champion is so broken. Whatever. Few more games, you're gonna get used to playing against that character. If that character is a completely different role that you genuinely don't care about, like let's say I'm a duelist player, they release an initiator, doesn't matter for me. So there's approximately 2 months in each act. Now, the thing is, for someone like myself, for example, let's say I am playing a myriad of champions, like I would, playing Phil, right? There is no real any. Sure, there is maybe an incentive for me to learn how to play this character, but for a lot of people, if they main one role and are extremely proficient in this role, and they release a new character, there is no point for them to learn how to play them. There is only one reason they would ever care about that character, and that is how to counter them, how they work, understanding their abilities, things like that. So for 2 months, the only new content you have is just learning how to counter this character. That's it. Now, in terms of skins, I would say definitely Valorant and Riot Games. Skins creators definitely have to be the most lazy motherfuckers on this planet, maybe. Alright? So we started off strong with the first few bundles of Valorant, hitting us with Prime, Reaver, Omi. All of them, by the way, listed 1,775. All of these amazing skins that you will see in almost every single game is 1,775 Valorant points, which I think is approximately $25 for me, like in my region. So it's okay, it's a bit expensive, sure, but like most people, if they wanna buy skins, they probably can afford that. Now they realize something, okay? We're not making enough money. So what they did is they would incrementally increase the price and add more random tiers so that they can sell the exact same skins or worse quality skins for more. If you look at it, after that they released Glitch Pop, they realized, oh, we can actually list them for $30-$35. Okay, fine. Then it keeps getting worse. More bundles keep coming out. Higher price, lower quality. If you look at it, a lot of skins that released recently at 1,775 price are much worse than the first skins that we got, so that they can justify the stupid pricing of the trash bundles that they keep making for the for other skins. Now, I'll definitely throw up like some photos of what skins I'm thinking about, but um, definitely there is some hot garbage they have been releasing, increasing the price, and slowly, they keep making more ridiculous demands for more ridiculously low quality skins that are absolute garbage. How on earth that happened, I don't know. I guess some people, when you starve them of so much content, the game is so boring, they look and see, wow, they released a skin. This is the only thing that they've added in the last 3 months. Oh my god, I need to buy it. And that's worked very well because if you actually look at it, a very large portion of Valorant content and literally almost every announcement about Valorant is just, guys, they made a new skin bundle. What are your guys' thoughts? Oh yeah, let's go, guys. I'm gonna go spend $150, some fucking ridiculous numbers, on just buying the stupid overpriced skin that are absolute garbage in a lot of cases and definitely not worth the price. If you think about it, the amount of money people were spending is insane on these skins for how low quality, low effort they are. Some of them are literally just fucking decals. Some of them are just missing like things that you would expect at that price point. It is ridiculous. They just get away with all of it, and it's insane. Obviously, they have made like some few good skins, but there is they have released a lot of garbage. I'm not gonna lie, they have released lots of garbage that people just eat up, no questions asked. Now, this is what's so annoying though, is I find that while yes, a lot of content revolves around skins for Valorant, that's not a good thing. Valorant skins have no real value outside of when you're playing Valorant. And when you are playing Valorant, the game fucking sucks. So there is no point in buying skins because you're not going to want to play Valorant because the game fucking sucks. So now you are the only things that you are served is just pressuring you into buying these skins for a game that absolutely fucking sucks. Now, when it comes about content, when it comes to the game, if you actually look, almost every single Valorant content creator right now is either making complete slop or just WestJet's case, for example. He is just completely making commentary videos, completely pivoted his channel, and is finding much more success in that. Valorant content has always been extremely stale, as there is so much you can do. For example, if you look at CSGO and the content related to CS, although it is still a bit dead, obviously, it is definitely miles ahead of Valorant. The content that is enabled by CS's community and the maps and the community-driven content is much vaster and much better and much higher quality than anything you can see in the Valorant space. This is because Valorant just gives you no tools, no real way to come up with any creative and original ideas. If you look, for example, at famous YouTuber Egwick, his channel has been pretty dead for pretty recent amount of time, like pretty big portion, because it is very hard for him to make the style of videos that he makes and make them not just do the exact same thing. If you look, he has to basically do the same idea but with different people, or he has to do some kind of like variation of the same ideas, and it becomes pretty old. And he made a recent video about how he felt that he was very limited creatively, so that made it so that he just quit content creation, streaming, quit playing games, quit everything really. So that just made it so there was no incentive for him to continue making content. If you look in the past few years, probably, especially on Twitter, for example, I would always get served up videos, fucking people chimping about, oh my god, the skin bundle is so fun. This is the best skin bundle they've released, and that's it. Basically, Valorant content has just devolved into skins and clips. There is nothing original, nothing new. I don't know why Riot Games won't add replay features. They won't add community maps. They won't add anything that makes the game genuinely interesting to play with friends and like allows content creators to make their own custom things so that they can allow creativity to flow into the game, keeping it alive. If you look at Overwatch, for example, the game was actually on its fucking last legs and they implemented custom community servers, and it gave it a little bit of a fresh, like, gave it something, obviously fucking the game still sucks ass, but it gave it a bit of life, gave it a bit of a lifeline, just to extend a bit. People made fun custom maps that are now literally, if you look at Genji Ball, for example, that game mode is now one of the most played games on Roblox because someone just ported it over to Roblox. It's a very fun game mode. Boom, there you go. You have a basically money printing fucking machine on Roblox. Was completely community made. Obviously, there is some potential plagiarism there, but obviously, you see, when you give the community freedom, the community gives back to you. Now, here's the issue. I don't see this happening anytime soon. Valorant, it's been 4 years. 4 years of absolute stagnation. I can't believe that, like, if you told me how I would feel about Valorant back then when I was so happy to play the game every single day, 10 games a day, I would probably say you're lying. But genuinely, the game is the most boring and stale it has ever been. If you look at League of Legends, you compare it to Valorant, they struggle with very similar issues. Content staleness, they're not really adding much. For example, you'll have the same issues, but there is one saving grace, I guess. League of Legends, the meta is constantly shifting to new height, like complete fucking absolute change to where there is a perceived freshness, I guess, every patch. The changes they make are so drastic that there are so many champions that you can play. You'll most likely, if you're trying to climb, you might be forced into playing. Now, this only affects some people. For example, if you're a one-trick player, if you're a one-trick player, you're most likely not even reading the patch notes. Second off, this would only impact your role. So let's say you're someone who plays fucking ADC and they just completely change jungle, the game is still the same for you. This is slightly better than Valorant, where, there is absolutely no changes to your role. There is no changes to anything on how the game works, really. And genuinely, like, there's just fuck all changes that happen in Valorant. So that's a good example. And with that, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you really think Valorant is dead? Is it dead for you? Do you still enjoy it? Me personally, I feel like I don't enjoy Valorant as much as I used to. I only sometimes play if I get a random burst of competitive nature and, that demon inside me is kicking me to play Valorant. It's like a fucking, like, insect, bro. It's like a mole for me, okay? Now, obviously, there is some people who generally still enjoy playing the game. I don't know how you do that. You're a much stronger man than I am, definitely. Or woman, I don't know. It's much stronger person than I am. I would like to have a full, proper discussion. If you like this video, like, subscribe, and I will hopefully be uploading more videos in the future. Just make sure you tune in, subscribe, hit the bell, whatever, Just make sure you enjoy my content. If you guys have any feedback, leave it in the comments. I do listen to a lot of feedback, by the way. Yeah, I will be making more videos in the future, hopefully. So just stay tuned. Follow me on Twitch, follow me on socials, all in the description, hopefully, if I don't forget. And with that, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.